technology and solution this morning. Thank you. We are very lucky to have 8 chambers and organizations in Vietnam to co-host today's very interesting and timely topics. Briefly, AusCham, British Business Group Vietnam, CanCham, Council of Taiwanese Chambers, Malaysian Business Chambers, Singapore Business Group, and the Thai Business Association. Thank you for being good partners. Today's webinar consists of 2 short presentations and a Q&A session in the end. Now, the host has muted all your microphones and video to ensure focus. You can send in any questions throughout the webinar by accessing the Q&A tab on your control bar. And any questions we do not have time to answer and we feel that is better answered privately, we'll follow up with you individually after the webinar by the relevant panel member. You can also raise your hands to ask a live question, provided time allows. Just raise your hands using one of the functions, and then the host will contact you to give you the right to speak. To kick off the seminar, let me introduce the panelists first. I have Ms. Tina Phan, Director of Indochina of Hong Kong Trade and Development Council, Mr. Hugo Check, COO and Marketing of viAct.ai, and Mr. Gary Yang, CEO and Business Development of viAct.ai will be joining us at the Q&A session later. Without further delay, we'll start off with Ms. Tina Phan talking about business as usual with HKTDC Marketplace, virtual business connections during a global health crisis. Tina has been with HKTDC for 20 years and is currently the Director of Indochina with a team in Vietnam facilitating business needs of companies in the Indochina region, namely Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia, using the Hong Kong as a business platform. She's an MBA graduate of the Marshall School, University of Southern California in USA. Tina, if you're ready, over to you.
I'm ready. Thank you, Winnie. Good morning, everyone. Do you hear me clearly?
Yes, we can, Tina. Please go ahead.
Okay. Hold on, how come I don't go into, sorry, okay. Good morning, everyone. In this day, you, me, or anyone in this chat room could probably hear the same question from your friends, from your business contacts, how we can sustain the business during this difficult time with all the travel bans and the social distancing imposed. Well, the answer could be go online. Yes, this situation has led us into the major shift of the business interaction, trade events, marketing activities online, like what we are doing today. We believe the virtual exhibition and online marketplace could keep the business going. Do you agree with me? If yes, don't forgo any business opportunity offered by any lead that you come across. Through this webinar, I would like to introduce to you our HKTDC online marketplace and the way we connect you with the business, potential business partner in this unprecedented situation. Well, like you, like me, companies of all sizes are busy with digesting and responding to this global crisis and the high level of uncertainty that comes with it. According to the recent study by McKinsey, companies have been responding to this outbreak with the 5 sets of actions shown on my screen. The study also stated that while the list of action is very comprehensive, but getting the major action right could be the real challenge. For example, putting the theory into the practice, setting the workable mechanism within a short time frame, facing up the possibility of the recession or the downturn, and how the business can keep going, or any other option, what options are available for them. All in all, that is not an easy task. And the businesses have to be well prepared for this long-term battle. We are not going into the detail of these actions today, but rather we would focus on one apparent trend that is relevant to all of us, and HKTDC could offer the right kind of support now. So the major trend is the shift to online. While for the retail, for B2C, as all of us have experience with shops and restaurants closed or operating in a limited time, limited area, limited location, consumers are just staying at home. So what we can see, we see more promotion across the digital and the social media platform, highlighting the in-trend product and services, offering special discount for the online order. For B2B, definitely you see the same thing with the cancellation of or the postponing of the 100 global trade shows, conferences, and the countless meeting has been dropped due to the social distancing and the travel restriction imposed. So business people are now supervising their team remotely, connecting with their vendors, with their client online, searching the market information also online. So Hong Kong TDC has no exception. For example, our well-known sourcing fairs in April and May have been postponed or rescheduled into July. Hopefully by that time, the pandemic is under control. But meanwhile, our exhibition have gone virtual as well through our award-winning online marketplace since 1st of April. So in response to the postponement of the trade fairs, we have ramped up our promotion of the HKTDC online marketplace, as well as our business matching service that help our customer making business connection as usual. So what is our online marketplace? We have launched theme-based campaigns in response to the global sourcing demands and trends. This is very important. For example, like in April, we launched the Spring Virtual Expo to highlight the products that are in demand in April. Result is very encouraging. We already recorded like 40% increase of the website traffic and the inquiry that buyer made to the suppliers. So we will continue to do this for May with different themes. And actually we have attracted a lot of users from around the world at the top countries from like US, Canada, India, and UK, in addition to Hong Kong. So to keep the momentum going, we will continue to launch the thematics campaigns on May onwards, with different themes like wellness, jewelry, watch, and so on, leading up to our Summer Virtual Expo in July. In addition to the building business connection, we also help the buyer and supplier to stay abreast with the market trends and the product highlights. As I just shared with you right now, our virtual expo and the regular thematics campaigns on TDC marketplace will echo the global market trends and sourcing demands. In addition, we also have launched our blogs with the news bites that will help the business with the latest buzz, business tips, and the products highlight. Some figure for your reference on our market, our market platform. It features more than 130,000 quality suppliers to serve 2 million global buyers. And we generate around like 24 million business connections annually. So please join us. So alongside with the business, online business connection, we also promote our like online business matching Our dedicated business matching group are already here to help the client to get connected. For example, one buyer, like say, want to buy the specific products or looking for the other professional assistant. We will then line up the relevant contacts and arrange the virtual meeting for them. So what you need to do, just simply send it as a request or just complete a short questionnaire on our online platform, and the rest we will take care. Well, I'm sure every one of us is very quite missing our networking or face-to-face interaction. Our flagship trade fair will return in late of July. Hopefully, by that time, everything will be like under control. We will meet each other again. For this summer sourcing week in Hong Kong will be 9-in-1 marketplace featuring multiple product categories. But we do have this like travel sponsorship offered to the buyer, overseas buyer going to Hong Kong for this event. So stay tuned with us and contact us for detail on the travel sponsorship. One more thing. We also have a product supplier cover. And if you are the supplier, contact our office for the right package to join. Because we believe physical and digital promotion continue to be the powerful way to engage the target client. Also, for your reference, with the COVID-19 pandemic has brought the major challenges to the many countries and economies around the world. Engineers and scientists of the Hong Kong company have stepped forward like to provide available solutions to help to address the pandemic. Selected solutions cover 6 categories mentioned in my screen and available for purchase by any interest party. To get connected, easy. Back to my presentation earlier, just write us a note and you will get connected. To conclude, this is your business as usual checklist. Contact your supplier online for the time being. Make use of our virtual business matching. Reserve travel sponsorship to HKTDC's exhibition in Hong Kong. Advertise if you can. Lastly, as a Hong Kong trade promotional arms, we are in the business of connecting the people. We bring the Hong Kong company to the world, but we also bring the world to Hong Kong for them to do the business on our platform. We do this with the help of our 50 offices around the world and through the Hong Kong Federation with 46 business associations. And Hong Kong Business Association Vietnam is one of them. We offer the service in person. Our teams are already here and ready to help. Please contact our office nearest to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Tina. It's very informative. In trying times, we do things differently, for sure. All right. Our keynote presentation today is from viAct.ai, the first Asia AI monitoring cloud platform that helps governments, construction enterprises, and real estate developers to enhance construction site safety, increase productivity, and improve profitability. In 2019, they were granted top 100 global contact startups by Build World and PwC, funded by Alibaba Group, with headquarters in Hong Kong, with 3 offices with more than 30 staff. Mr. Hugo Check today will show us their technology solutions through various real case implementation on how AI monitoring can improve safety, productivity for hospitality, property management, and construction. Hugo is the co-founder and COO of viAct.ai with more than 10 years experience in marketing strategy and brand development. Hugo is a serial entrepreneur, community builder, and the head of business development in Shiseido, Hong Kong, before starting up his AI journey. He graduated as a building engineer with an MBA. Now, let me remind everyone that you can send in your questions through the control panel during the presentation, so we can get to them right away as Hugo finishes his presentation. So Hugo, if you are finished, if you're ready, over to you.
Yes. Thanks, Winnie. Yeah. I hope everyone is stay safe right now. Yes. So thanks HKBAV and thanks HKTDC to host such a meaningful webinar. And let us here to share with you guys our startup journey and how our AI can help you to improve your safety, productivity, and in different sectors like hospitality, property management, and construction. We start our startup journey back to 2016. I and my co-founder Gary did a lot on digital transformation back to the day for like retail, media, consumer products, insurance, and construction company. As a startup, we every day face different kinds of challenges for the past 3 years. And this year, not just us, everyone in the world are experiencing a dramatical impact from the COVID-19. So we would like to share with you guys today three things. First of all, what can we do like under various crisis? How should we as an entrepreneur to keep ourselves mentally healthy so that to sustain our business? Secondly, I will tell you guys how our expertise in AI monitoring can help the logic behind our AI and what can I do with AI. In the final session, which should be the most interesting part of today, I will show you some use cases and hope those cases can inspire you or after this webinar to really think about how you put in AI in your daily business and in your daily operations. So yes, trade war, COVID-19, oil price war, make everyone is like very worried about the economic downturns. And to us, like, is it necessary to prepare economic downturns? To us as a startup, especially for a technical startup, the answer is yes and no. I think as a global citizen right now, we all living in the same planet. So we see crises, ups and downs, and keep evolving. So back to the day that we experienced SARS in Hong Kong. So we have experienced different kinds of like ups and downs in economy. So, but as we a startup just said, we will prepare ourselves well in this kind of like remote or like quite I mean in a lot not so many like activities, solid activities can be done in previous time. I mean we really treat like this as an opportunity like for the let's go for our startups. So yes, so many people nowadays talking about going out of business, but to us, we treating out is in other aspects. So first of all, I think every one of us or even you guys need to think out of box, and the box is, I mean, contains so many like conflict, virus, economic downturns. We need to think about ahead of the market, so we need to think out of this box. And the second thing, yes, we think that every one of us, even like you working in the startups or enterprises or even working in the government, nowadays is the best timing to get out of our comfort zone. We always like back to 2016, we keep encourage customers, our prospects to get out of their comfort zone, to try something new. So the first things I want to share is we every day in our company, in our startups, in our team, we try new approach to like approach our new clients, approach our like media partners, approach our like business partners, or even like our competitors. We try to using different new approaches to facing this uncertain economy. So for us, like businesses never stop. Yet some like business is pending or like terminate a bit, but actually for the business activity we can doing in different ways. Just like the format and the channels are totally different. For example, like a virtual expo that organized by HKTDC before. So every one of you or our partners or customers in Hong Kong, they still can like while on the virtual expo to selling their products or service to their clients through online channels. So for recruitment, we still using like a virtual recruitment day. We have tried it like this kind of virtual recruitment day a month before, and the effectiveness and the result is excellent. So you can like chatting with different candidates within a minute. You can like sending those CV, your customers' information within a minute. So you can grab like good talent and then doing the whole interview process quite, fast. So talking about like consultation services, maybe you guys here have delivered like a medical, legal, accounting, even like us, we do AI consultation services. We just need to do it remotely, but it doesn't really affect our like explanation or introduction of our product to our like customers. And I know a very big corporate in Hong Kong, they host like different hotels and development premises. They're using like virtual staff orientation to help to training their new staff and also the existing staff. Given nowadays is all the people are talking about remote work, they cannot go to different sites, different hotels, different like commercial complex, but their staffs can still using like virtual reality technology to do this kind of like virtual staff orientations. So many people this month always ask us, how do we keep the momentum? How do we keep the our drive to drive our business? Because AI in construction, in monitoring is quite new to the market. So how can we keep the momentum to drive this like new technologies? But actually, yes, the business lead generations is kind of like slowing down right now. But we using this time to like doing some like building up the intangible value for the team, for the whole company. For example, like we keep like doing online contributions, online competition, joining online branding activities like this webinar. In this moment, we keep going our branding, rebrand it, keep like having more recognition to the public, so that when the virus is overcome the situation, the branding itself is generate a lot of like an intangible value to our company. And in the meantime, we keep e-leveraging with our partners, like the business partners, prospects, even our investors, because now everyone, even like the expertise in your domain is, some of them have some free time to talk to you very seriously and in depth. So keep e-leveraging with those networks that like valuable to your business, to your daily work, is valuable to keep this kind of relationship right now. And because startup is talking about growth, we every day is facing different challenge, and we kind of growing our business, growing our team very fast. So this time is also a very good timing for us to engage our internal employees. We talk to them, having like internal meetings, individual meetings, independent meetings, 3 times, 4 times more than before. So we can identify which staff, which employees now is more valuable to the company. And as a technical like staff, we ourselves think that we have the responsibility to contribute to the society. So giving back some of our like technology solutions or some consultation services to our as an AI research application lab, that we investing a lot more than before on the R&D process. So this is come to the second session. I want to share with you guys how AI monitoring as a service is. So talking about CCTV or monitoring construction site, commercial buildings, hotels, even shopping malls, 80% of them are installed different kinds of CCTV, doing real-time monitoring to improve their security, their safety, and productivity. But the pain point is nowadays all this kind of like monitoring is done by human. There's so many delays, human errors. Even you cannot doing the monitoring around the clock. So this is how viAct.ai is building up. Our solutions is really simple to using IP camera, CCTV, even your camera in the mobile phone or drones that collect the video data from different kinds of scenarios, and then all the videos are streaming to our proprietary AI cloud or local processor to doing the deep learning AI processing to analyze different things. So and then because of our AI, our proprietary AI is like focusing on detecting different kinds of equipments, materials, and people, we are able to tell different kinds of insights after those analysis. So in the endpoint, we will give like instant alerts, sound alerts, or even visual alerts to some very safety concern cases. And also we provide API to connect your existing management system. For example, in construction, we can integrate with BIM system, or even we can connect with your ERP, restaurant, we can connect the POS system so that we can have more data to do the big data analytics. And on the other AI to you guys, we are the Asia first AI monitoring cloud platform. Both like the desktop and the mobile devices can be used to view or like getting the instant alert from our viAct.ai platform. So people's like the security officers, like the safety officer in different premises, they can receive real-time alert by their mobile phone, so that everyone can carry out just a mobile phone. They can manage well all the unexpected, uncertain situation or cases that happening in their construction site or in their management premises. So just I briefly introduce what we can do is that our AI can track people, human, by the action, motion, counting people, and then checking different safety measures. And we can checking like equipments like vehicles, machinery, or even like different kinds of like movable machines that in your like a factory or in your like a shopping mall or hotels. And the first things we can check or detect is material. Different types of materials. We have the log data. We can understand which material is located in which locations. So our platform is very easy to use, very simple. Even you're long coder, long technical person, long AI expertise, you can use it without any hesitation on setting up the whole progress. The whole program, the whole platform. And our platform is so extensible that we can detect different kinds of things. We can connect like IoT hardware so that you can collect many kinds of data. And the best of the best things of our platform is that we can the pricing model is quite flexible to us. We are charging like based on R&D the level of the capacity of the R&D projects. We charge based on customization, and we can charge by SaaS model that using our default AI modules. Now we already developed the 5 core AI modules surrounding like danger zone, safety for like construction areas, and also we developed the modules that we can track machinery, materials, and productivity. productivity, I will like go through more details, some user cases later on. So basically, we can check people's workers, your employees' identity, and they're like coming from different kinds of vendors or like subcontractors. So back to 2018, we are the first Hong Kong company doing this AI computer vision project in construction market that we partnering with Gamon Construction. They have office in Hong Kong, they have office in Singapore. We are the first one to team up with them to get this kind of award-winning AI system back to 2018. So due to this like COVID-19 situations, we think that as a entrepreneur, we should not only focusing on productivity or personal safety. We have the responsibility also considering on public health and public safety. So at very beginning, beginning of the virus outbreak, we already doing some R&D on this, how to improve the public safety and health. So coming to the last part of my sharing, which should be the most interesting part, so that I hope that every one of you can inspire our user cases. Even some cases are not really related to your industry or to your sector. But I hope that after the case sharing, then you guys can have some more inspiration and new ideas that we can talk later. So talking about public safety, back to end of January. We have some like outbreak of COVID in Hong Kong, and at that point it's quite serious. And let us think about the recall memory back to SARS situation. So at that time, we decided to invest our R&D resources to develop the first face mask detection AI, and then we launched our AI engine by beginning February this year. And when we launched the AI engine, we volunteer our API to all the enterprises or government in Hong Kong or in Southeast Asia that would like to using our AI detection to checking any people that not wearing face masks, because we understand it from SARS, wear face mask is so important. And at the day we launch our AI engine for face mask, we are like 1 week earlier than Baidu, the AI giant, the technical giant, they released their model to the society. So we as a like small startup, we are not bonding us with the limited resources or limited time. We do what we think that is good to the society. So here we want to show you 3 videos that we are newly developed to like helping to checking the public health and safety. The first video you can see, we are using like our AI engine to helping for social distancing and social gathering. Any like number of people that more than 4 that gathering together, we will give the alerts and the web reports to the like property managers or like the property management officers, so that they will understand that if this kind of a group of people is infected, they have the records that they can checking who is like having this kind of gathering. So the middle one is like a video showing how to checking cleaning process procedures for like shops, restaurants, or even shopping malls, because this kind of like recording videos can help the shopping malls or the shops or restaurants to help to ensure that indoor safety, that any customers going inside is kind of like safe. So the third one I want to show you guys is how to alert the cleaning department from property management aspects when our AI counting the number of people's their hands touching the handrail of the escalators. Once it over like 15 hands is touching the escalator, our AI will pop it up in the property management office and telling them it's about time to cleaning your handrail. Talking about public safety, public health, we also concerned about like public hygiene. So back to 2019, we developed this fire tipping AI engine, And because fine tipping is more serious, getting worse in Hong Kong, and we're using the AI change detection technology to identify this is a waste, this is a group of waste, how you define waste, because it's not easy to identify different objects like plastic bags or like the plastic bottles. So we developed this AI engine to detect different kinds of waste that people dumping illegally. So we can even check the, you can see from the video, we can check the car page, the license plate, so that we can have the record that who are dumping the waste illegally on street or even in some places. And on top of it, we're using this waste classification model so that we can identify different kinds of waste that people dumping in different containers. So some of the, in the construction site, some of the workers always dumping different wrong wastes in different containers. So our AI is able to check once the containers is containing some unexpected wastes or materials, so that the construction company can help to manage well their workers, not to like using extra efforts to separate those wastes. So back to the personal safety, we always say that alerts should be given out before accident should be occur, like this video showing. So this is not a random cases, it's a real cases, and it's always happened in construction industry, because construction industry is the the dangerous industry among the all other industry in the world. So we viAct.ai is always have a mission to doing like helping to providing a zero injury missions to help the construction company developers to provide very safe place for their workers. So one of the modules we are doing right now is to detect the safety measures. For example, like this video, we do it in 2019 in a construction site. We help the contractor to checking whether their workers wearing helmet, which is very important when going inside the entrance of the construction site. And the left-hand side, you will see the alert, the instant alert popping out from the mobile phone. So their safety officers, their boss, even they can see who under his company is not, following the company policy to wearing helmet or safety measures. And these videos is showing in the safety in the tower crane that people are lifting different kinds of material using tower crane, which is very high level, but our AI is able to check, installed the cameras inside the control room, is able to check whether the workers, the controller is concentrating on controlling their tower crane machine, because it's so dangerous. Is once he's distracted by something, he down towards the construction site. Many workers is pass through the area that he is going to, like lifting or like delivering the material. So this is so dangerous if he is he is not concentrated on lifting, controlling the machine. And also, we are also concerned about occupational safety for workers. So we're using this kind of a human skeleton detection model to helping people and prevent workers from injury and assist them if there is some like skill set or knowledge. This is really difficult to transfer to the coming new joiners of this company. So we're using this kind of skeleton model to record down all those like the actions and motions the workers are doing every day. So if they have something wrong with their position, we will pop up the alerts to let the occupational safety officer to train up their workers again to prevent they getting any injury from works. And also we develop our own on-site safety patrol. For example, like this, we can using our mobile phone remotely to detect people's not wearing helmet. This kind of like using mobile phone to use up the mobility of every person in the construction site or in the shopping mall, in the complex, commercial complex or residential complex, that using your mobile phone can detect many different kind of things, so that the management office can understand what is the real situation in the different areas. So because of the COVID-19, we also developed this face mask detection. You can hear and seeing that once the mask is putting on your face, the sound alert will be stopped, so that once people going inside your premises entrance, if there's some people is missing to wearing the face mask, we will give this sound alert to remind the people who are missing their face mask, or even remind the security to remind the guests that coming into the buildings to wearing their masks again. So the last part of my presentation is talking about productivity. So looking at these videos, we are using the visitors mobility tracking system to tracking everyone's going in an exhibition center in Middle East. So we can use this kind of AI tracking model to optimize all those traffic flows and understand the rooms, every room's occupancy rate, so that you can manage well the number of people going in and out of the different rooms, or even different seminars, different exhibition hall, and you can understand the traffic flow, the people flow using this kind of technology. And this is another one to checking the occupancy rate for inside the restaurant. So in the video, you can see we can checking number of people that's sitting down in a table inside restaurant, so that we can understand how many people is sitting right now and how many times he will stay on this table. Then we can help the restaurant to calculate the table turnaround time, and then calculate the number, the whole occupancy peak hours during every day. And this application can be used in like a restaurant, cafe, clubhouse, or even like gym rooms, so that every the business owner can understand the every day's occupancy. And also we can using the AI module to classify different types of workers based on their uniform ID, based on their helmet color, based on their uniform workers or the employees, different types of workers and employees are working in different areas, and understand their daily behavior and the flow of every day they are working in different areas. And also we have this kind of like a multi-object counting. So we can identify a song, a very specified songs inside your premises, and then we can using the AI to track the people, machinery, or even vehicles going in and out these specified zones, so that in our dashboard you can understand who else is going in a very dangerous zone that is restricted to people coming in, or vice versa. There's some areas that is restricted machinery or vehicles coming in, only people is allowed to going in. So we have this kind of like a counting and tracking system to let you guys are very easy to manage your different zoning management. So the last but not least, we are kind of using AI robotic security guard to do like around the clock security check within the residential areas. So you can using our AI module to checking, for example, if you alert, finding some like suspects or some uncertain vehicles or like taxi is going inside the podium or your residential complex, you will give instant alert to your security office and your like a property management office, so that you can take action right immediate. So yes, this is all of my presentation today. So just follow us in our website and our official account in WeChat, so that we can give you different kinds of technology trends in AI or and other technologies in IoT or hardware. Yeah, just follow us, or you can ask me by my email. I will give you like some AI consultation services for your very specific needs and problems. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hugo. Judging from the amount of questions that we have coming in from Q&A, I'm sure we are going to keep you busy asking questions. So without further delay, Tina will be on with Hugo, and joining Tina and Hugo today for the Q&A is Mr. Gary Ng, who is the co-founder and CEO of viAct.ai. Graduated also as a building engineer. He's also a serial entrepreneur and has been working as a professional construction consultancy firm for years. He was the managing director and sales director for leading NASDAQ-listed technology companies in Stratasys and EFI Optitex before embarking on his own ventures. I'm going to start with the first question, so seeing that what everybody is interested in. I'm going to start with Hugo and Gary. Now, it is all good that suddenly this COVID-19 situation happens, and we're finding a lot of possibilities for the technologies. So going forward, what do you see AI or other technologies evolve because of the situation?
Maybe let me answer this question. So I think the AI part is very important for all the different business, right? So we are going through the trends, right? Before it was like we are trying to connect data, so we have the big data trend, and then people try to understand a little bit further, like from this data set, what kind of values that they can drive, right? So it comes with like data analytics and all the different kind of stuff. So AI is actually a very key component to basically analyzing these data in a very scalable way to drive really valuable insight and automation. So AI would definitely be very, very important trend, I mean, among all the different industry. And especially in COVID-19, what we see is that people start working more remotely. And by working more remotely, basically you can now track activities and actions and daily works more digitally. And more digitally means that you have more data. More data means basically you can allow the AI to be smarter, right? So there would be, actually I would say on a more positive side that you would see a more like a upward movement, like people start deploying more AI on their digital work so that they can do things faster and more remotely. So this is one of the big trends we see like from this virus. Right?
Okay, this is a follow-up question. Since you have since you mentioned data, this comes from the audience. Well, he said this is all good, but what kind of procedural processes are in place to regulate the data, and who has control over the data?
Right. So this is a very, very good question because, I mean, when we are doing AI, one very important thing is all about data, right? But in terms of the data, it's not only about the quantity that we always mention, it's also about the quality as well. So how you can collect quality data so that this data would mean something to you. So it all comes back to when you are thinking about your own business or how you develop. Hello. Okay. So it all kind of like started with. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. So yeah. So I was talking about like how the quality of the data is very important as well. So when you design your objective on solving like a big problem or big issue, there's a goal that you want to achieve, and based on that goal, you need to design like what sort of possible data that you need to collect and how you can control the better quality of those data. So for example, if we are talking about computer vision, which Hugo mentioned a lot in our core technology, which is like video analytics, the core data is like video, right? So how can you collect good video quality data? So there are two things. One is the resolution, the other is where you set the camera. And then what you need to make sure is also the data is not being disrupted by internet connections as well. So these are very core components for the video analytic AI. But for the other data, for example, if you are doing like a finance analysis, right? So there would be data that you get from the website and all the other things. So you need to make sure that those data are available to your AI, right? So and some of the noise data you basically need to take out, and then you need to have someone who is very experienced and professional to advise you exactly like which data you need to collect, how you can cleanse the data, and what are these data can mean to you for your future. So yeah, so it takes some like technical and also domain expertise on this one.
Okay. Thank you, Gary and Hugo. Tina, give me a few more minutes so that before we move to the business side of things, okay? Let's continue to focus on the technology a little bit. I think there has been a lot of questions being set by people asking about, like, how can we keep track of animals besides people? How do we keep track of products and human beings? These are all very different components of what is doing it. Can we detect at night? Is this like, I think people are really interested to see how wide a spectrum that the AI can actually cover in this sense. Can you give us a little bit of a summary? I'm basically summarizing 6 questions into one.
I mean, for me also, I'm learning every day because the AI world is changing very, very fast. So if you see what a good example is autonomous car, what an autonomous cars can do, they basically, when they go around the street, they can detect different objects, right? So you can detect pedestrians, they can detect trees, they can detect buildings, they can detect cars, and even the intention or expected motions as well. So all these allow not only able to see, but also able to predict what is the next movement, so that when the autonomous car are driving, they can avoid different crashes and accidents, and optimizing the route as well. So what AI can do, I mean, this is a good example. It's like when you are optimizing the AI in that extent as a driving car, you can basically be automating the process of driving. But it would be the same applying for any other things as well. I mean, AI can detect what? AI can detect not only video, AI can detect text, like the speech. AI can detect the meaning of the conversations. AI can do a lot of like robotic text analytics, so it can help you to do the documentation, document processing much faster. And AI can do what the like scheduling as well. Like if you spend a lot of time on doing your manual scheduling, what AI can do is basically in only 1 or 2 seconds, it can come up with thousands of different combinations, and it can already pick the best combinations for the schedules for you already. Yeah. So there's countless of things AI can do really, and it surprised me also every day how the whole technology evolves.
Or I simply like using one sentence to answering those questions from the audience. We always say that with the clients, everything human eyes can see, can view, then AI can detect. Even at light, dark environment, extreme environment, as long as our eyes can see, we can do. However, if our eyes cannot see, don't think about AI can do everything. It's not that dramatic at all.
Okay, yeah. All right. So let's move to a little bit of the business side of things. Obviously, viAct.ai is a startup company. It'll be interesting to know, so say through HKTDC, what business matching or help can we get for a business that means a lot to our environment right now? That's question number 1. And 2, for buyers who are interested in these kind of technologies, besides going directly to Hugo and Gary today, because they know them through this seminar, what kind of additional assistance that HKTDC can give?
Well, as mentioned in my presentation, we will not just only the presentation today by Hugo, but we also have a list of the company who provide similar things. But of course, the priority will go to the one who cooperate with us, like for today's seminar. But of course, if whoever interested in the product write to us, we will have the team in Hong Kong. We screen it out, and then we will provide the relevant context, and then we will check out with those contact that whether they agree to meet up with the buyer from here or not, and then we will set up the virtual meeting for them online for now. But of course, later on when the travel restriction is like released, and then at that time, they can arrange the meeting anywhere that they want.
Well, that makes it very easy. It looks like
Maybe
that all we have to do.
Well, like what I mentioned in my presentation, that you just write a note to us, and then the rest we will take care. But of course, with that taking care of that issue is take a lot of like resources behind us, either in Hong Kong or in our office here in Vietnam or anywhere else, because we have like 50 offices around the world. And then we have a Hong Kong VAV backup as well. Definitely we will find some matching for the interested party.
I'm sure it's no easy work, but you make it sound so easy. You know, just drop you a note. That's what we would like to do. Well, now with all that available, Hugo and Gary, what is your main focus in the next 6 months? Because like we don't know what is this physical distancing that we have to do for however long, but business must go on. So what's the focus in the next 6 months?
For us, the focus is to, because we are focusing on the latest technology for AI and even blockchain. So for us, the main focus is to focus just on R&D, disrupting some existing like barriers and bottlenecks that we have, and trying to help governments like to deploy new solutions as well. This is one of our key focus, and also enterprise as well. So we are hearing from customers, they are meeting different challenges still every day, like even in such a bad situations right now. So what we try to do is try to use some of the latest technologies to help them to solve this issue more easily, even under the like remote working environments. So yeah, I think that it's a risk for us, but it's huge amount of opportunity you can explore if you think about like there will be some new problems that will kind of like occur or incur under this situation, and there will be new technologies that would be aiming to solve these kind of issues. Yeah.
Okay. Well, how about TDC? What is the focus in the next 6 months?
Well, the next 6 months we resume all the activities as usual, because now we focus so much online, but definitely we still need to keep our traditional like activities, for example, trade fair, conferences, and the resume all the delegation visiting here and there to the market. That is our focus.
All right. Well, everybody has been saying that after the virus, there's no longer normal. We're entering a new era, we're entering new normal, and I would love the opportunity to do webinars of this similar kind, where in a very short time that we could reach members within the region and not just in one particular place, but of course, we cannot do away with the face-to-face communication. We are running out of time. Any questions that we're not able to answer or need a specific answer, our panelists will get to it a little bit later. Thank you, Gary, and thank you, Hugo, with viAct.ai for assisting us today. And thank you, Tina, for sharing your thoughts with us. And to the participants, on behalf of Hong Kong Business Association and Hong Kong Trade Development Council, thank you for spending time with us this morning, and hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. Now, if there is a topic that you want to hear about or you want to speak about, do contact us so that we can explore. A recording of these webinars will be available through different channels at TDC, as well as Hong Kong Business Association, as well as Hugo a little bit later. If you want to leave your questions, for the next 5 minutes, and you can still do so. And we hope to see you in future webinars again. And thank you. I know that there has been a little bit of technical problem during Hugo's presentation, but I don't think you're really missing anything. And you can always reach out to them after the webinar. So thank you everyone for being here. I hope to see you again very, very soon. Thank you again.